We've all been through a situation where a person can really tell you how important you are to them. They'll tell you, yo, you're gonna be like the president, you're gonna be a big business person, I need to hang around you. You could be in a relationship. You mean so much to me. I love you. You changed my life. Without you, I wouldn't be able to accomplish the things that I accomplish. You sit there and you be like, you know what I mean? Okay, you know what I mean? That's what's up. But to only turn around, these same people, they'll lie behind your back. They talk down on you. They'll talk down on your name. They'll cuss you out. They'll cheat on you. Etc. Right? And you ask yourself this question. It's like, what they say to you and how they felt about you, was it really true? Because what they tell you is not matching up to how they treating you and what they're doing for you. And I ask myself this question all the time because I've been in previous similar situations where I had to just question, like, these people are just fake. Are these people being real? What's up with them? And to only realize that, you're not as important to them as you may think. All right. Before I get into the video, let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend. And I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. And today what we're going to talk about, just because somebody tells you how valuable you are, that doesn't necessarily, that doesn't mean that you're important to them, if that makes sense. If you see how I look like crap. This whole weekend, I'm looking at my face right now. This whole weekend, I've been sick. Still feel a little weak. Man, I don't know what it is though, you know what I mean? But, I'm getting my strength back and everything, you know what I mean? So, but I've been sleeping a lot. So, but if you have any suggestions, like, any remedies or something like that, let me know, all right? But let's get back to the video. And also, I had to make this video. I had to drop these videos to y'all because, I got a lot to talk about, Again, just to let y'all know, when I'm doing these videos, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going through this, all right? These are conversations that have come across people, things in the past that I've went through, and I'm actually bringing out to you guys and letting you know, like, it's okay. It just comes across my mind, all right? I'm not perfect. No one else is, all right? So let's get back into the video. It's crazy how even me, I'm as an adult, right? I would think that, okay, when I was younger, that like, when I was younger, I used to always think, okay, adult people, they're much more mature, right? They're much more understanding, they're respectful. And to only turn around and to get into my age, and they're much more worse, a lot more worse than a teenager. And that's a sad thing because it's like, you ask yourself this question, it's like, what did you learn all your life? What happened to common courtesy? What happened to respect? What happened to all these things, right? As I got older, me as an individual, I'm a person where, like, if I come across my peers, or if I'm walking somewhere and I see an older woman, right? Not even older woman, I see an older person, I'll help them, right? This is an example. But nowadays, you having people, they bum rushing people, pushing people out the way. And it's just crazy. But where I'm going with this is this. You have the people that's the most closest to you. You have people that you're getting to relationships, friendships at that. And you done helped them. You done had conversations with them. them late nights when you was sitting there and they had to repeat themselves because they were into, because they are into low vibing things, and you had to let them know like, hey, that person that you're dealing with, leave them alone. They're no good for you. And you giving them an explanation for the fifth, sixth, seventh time, and then you get into conversations with them. They keep repeating themselves. And to only turn around, these same people will stab you in the back. You would think, okay, you know what? This person find me valuable. Not that you're looking for them to give you, you know what I mean, a pat in the back. But you are there to the point where you can uplift them. Because in this world that we living in now, you're not gonna find people that's really gonna sit there and be like, yo, you know, I got you. Won't. If anything, what people do in this world that we're living in now, they're just taking. But you're giving good energy. You're giving your time and energy and also resources. And I said it, resources to them, and they are so ungrateful. I was watching an interview with Mace, the rapper, right? And he was just talking about he don't come us around a certain community anymore because they're ungrateful. After you done help them 99.9% of the time, when you can't help them from that 1%, you're the enemy and they act like that you haven't never helped them. And that made me reflect on like, dang, this is how people really are. This is how people really are. And it's just sad that the fact that, hey, it comes to the point where you as an individual, when you can't do certain things for a certain person anymore or people, you're not as important to them anymore. They want to take up your time, your resources, your energy. And it's like, yo, you just like, yo, what's the point of me doing all this for you? Right? And I'm not saying that you're seeking any type of attention or any type of help, but you're doing this from the kindness of your heart to only turn around and it backfired on you. It don't make any sense. It don't make any sense. And I learned that I got to the point in my life, right, that us as individuals that are valuable and that love to help people, there's a limit to what you can give and how you can help people. There's a limit to everything. There's a limit. Because most of these people, they'll come and take, but they're not going to give back anything to you. And if they do give something back to you, they're going to put it in your face as if that you needed help. Something that you want in return. It don't matter if it's advice. It don't even matter if it was a relationship in time. I remember it was one time, right? I was in a relationship, and I was in high school. I was in a relationship with someone, and this same person, every time she needed to hit me up, every time she wanted to talk to me, she was a cheerleader. She always hit me up. We'll hang out, you know, she'll go through a certain death in her family. I was always there. And she would tell me, mind you, I'm 13, 14 years old, all the way to 16 years old, being somebody's support. She's going through a lot of things. I even remember, and I'm not trying to put it was high school though, but you know, it's just to let you know the mindset of most people. I even had money, and then all of a sudden, yo, I'm her wife. Yo, she's my wife now. But the minute that she had something to do, I even seen her talking to other dudes, which, you know what I mean? I know it's high school though, but I'm just letting you know, like, you know, giving a good example. Yo, to only turn around, and she was talking to this person that I don't know if they cheating on she was cheating on me. I don't know. I know she was talking to other dudes. Cool, you know what I mean? I was then. So I didn't feel happy in that relationship. I didn't feel happy, and I told her, you know what? And I was having conversations with people, siblings, family, and they told me, yo, at the time, like, yo, just break up with her. You ain't happy. I even catch myself flirting with other women, with other girls at the time. I was like, oh shoot. Even my brother, he was like, yo, I never seen you act like that. Yo, you look like you done. After, even when I got around her after, she kind of noticed that I was kind of like fading away from her, and I didn't want to be next to her. She started wanting to come around more, and then after that weekend, I broke up with her. When she decided to want to hit me up, and guess what? She won't tell everybody I broke her heart. Now everybody's enemies with me. You know what I mean? So that only tells you, like, okay, you know what? That tells you how people are. Most people. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everybody's like that. But where I'm coming from, in conclusion, what I gotta say, know your worth. Know your value. If you know that you're bringing a lot to the table, and the person is lack, it don't matter what type of relationship that you have. If you have to put more in, man, you're gonna have to think twice. And then after thinking twice, you're just gonna have to just separate yourself and be around the right people, if that makes sense. All right. So if you like this video, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to your best friend, your new best friend, and also description below, comment pin to the top. Keep up with the latest luxury styles and trends at gorgeous271.com. All right. Again, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.